Hey, what's going on, y'all? Connor from RocPokemon here, coming at you with another episode of the experiment. We have the moment you've all been waiting for. The grades are back. So, warp speed at PSA, less than a month turn there from my door back to my door. So, really stoked. Full disclosure, have looked at the grades already, did a little review in Discord with some of the homies, but I have things organized here for us to review. So first we've got trainers, and I think double colorless energy. Then we've got commons, uncommons. Then we have the big three plus Pika plus their corresponding energies, and of course that beautiful Magneton Hollow. So without further ado, we are going to dive in. Of course, all of these are going to be listed on my eBay by the time you see this video. So hit me up on IG or over there on eBay if you'd like to purchase any. And again, this is an experiment to see if we can get cooked or make our money back grading Japanese old back. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in, see how bad PSA did us. And the first we have is double colorless energy coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Does not surprise me. These were very clean and very well centered. So really hoping, obviously, to have a bunch of 10s in here. But we will see. So first and foremost, double colorless energy. Really cool, actually, when you think about how this card looks with all the energy colors up top. So we'll run through the trainers now. We have Pokemon Center trainer with the 10. Got to get that life force back for those Pokemon as fast as possible. Pretty cool artwork, actually, when you think about it. Little Pokeballs in there. So next up, we have the energy retrieval coming in at the Gem Mint 10. We are cooking so far, folks. We are cooking with gas. Next up, we have the energy removal trainer also coming in at a 10. So not super exciting cards right there, but amazing to see 10s on the vintage Japanese. Next up, we've got Gust of Wind, everybody's favorite, crazy googly-eyed Weedle. Boom! Gem Mint 10. Snap, crackle, pop. It's a beautiful day. We're cooking. Next up, maintenance. Boom. Coming in at the 10. You get that maintenance done. That Pokeball turns into a 10. This card is a 10. And last, but certainly not least for our trainers, the one, the only, Professor Oak. Boom. In a 10. You got it, folks. We went all 10s. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s in a row on the trainers. Obviously, we have a long way to go, and the trainers are not the most exciting part of this submission, but got to start somewhere. So these should be in order one way or the other, reorganized. I love that PSA just threw them right back to me in a random order per usual. Starting off with the Caterpie classic Sugi artwork. Boom! Coming in, number 10 in your Pokedex. PSA 10 on the label. You'll love to see it. That's your 96 Pokemon Japanese basic Caterpie. Really, really great card, honestly. I like the swirl. Swirl's good, girls. So, next up, we should have our Metapod to pair with our Caterpie. And boom, of course, coming in at the 10. Y'all are seeing a little theme here, aren't you? So, pretty mid art by Sugi, but we take that 10, and that is a cool pair as well. You got your Caterpie and your Metapod. Next up, we have our little Kakuna. Unfortunately, no Weedle to go with it, but you do have that Gust of Wind to go with the Mint 9. So breaking the streak of 10s here. PSA 9. Wondering why that happened with this one. If we take a look, maybe this will help. Might be a little whitening up in the corner on this one. Maybe a little in the bottom left there too. And as far as centering is concerned, it's still pretty good. Not looking too hard at the back because we know PSA probably isn't either. But all that to be said, you can't expect to get 10s on vintage. So not terrible in a 9. It's not an 8, which is great. And we move forward. So Kakuna in the 9. Next up, Pidgey, an iconic Sugi artwork. The beautiful bird against the CGI superimposed background. Boom, with the PSA 10. Hopefully we get to say that a lot more in this video. So pretty crazy amount of 10s so far. Again, these came out of this deck, and they were some of the best centered and cleanest I've ever seen out of these decks. And I've seen a lot of other people open these decks, and I've watched a lot of videos, and we got blessed. We got blessed. So shout out Dan, Ketchum All Collectibles, for selling me a nice deck. Next up, we got the Rattata and Arita. Looking good with that colorless. And coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Let's go. Let's go. Keeping it pushing. All right, next up, we got the Nidoran. Come on. Hey, and it's a 10. Another 10 for you. Another pretty mid-art. Sugi really mailed that one in, but the characters are always really good. It's more about the backgrounds. The Sugi characters are good. The Pokemon Company backgrounds, or however exactly they work together to create those, always just hilarious on some of the base cards. But you got to start somewhere. Every journey starts with a choice. Vulpix, big fan of this one. Really beautiful little Pokemon. Very cute. Coming in at the Gem Mint 10, folks. Gem Mint 10. So cannot hate that. Cannot hate that whatsoever. Absolutely beautiful. Next up, we're going to have, let's see, that was 37. We're getting into the 40s maybe with the Diglett, number 50 in your Pokedex. And everyone's favorite hot dog coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Again, this is a hot streak, folks. We are just cooking today. Next up, number 60? 60. Poliwag. Crazy Spiral. What do we get? Coming in at the Mint 9. So again, let's take a look, see what might have happened here. I think we just got corner whitening on some of these. Because if we look at like the Diglett, yeah, I guess that is a touch, but just not as much. So always hard to say. I mean, obviously they all came out of the same deck. The centering's pretty similar. Maybe there's just some surface stuff we don't see. You know, a lot of the 9s compared to a lot of these 10s, it kind of makes you feel like you could have just gotten all 10s. But I think sometimes you get some rotational centering shift on these where, you know, like this edge is higher than this edge up here. And you can kind of see that slant, and that's what will get you. They don't like that. PSA does not like that. And honestly, as a eye candy, you know, type of guy, I want it to look good from the front. I don't like it either. Coming in with number 66, my lucky number, one of my favorites, Machop. Dude's just holding up the world. Huge boulder. Ten. Pretty sick artwork too. But coming in at the PSA 10, we are almost 10 minutes into this video, and we have seen a lot of 10s. Next up, we got the Ponyta, everyone's favorite fire horse. Again, fire artwork, pun intended, mid background. PSA 10, they have blessed us. Let's go. Beautiful. Next up, Oh, yeah, we got a Magnemite to go with that Magneton Holo. Cannot wait to see what we got on that Holo, by the way. Woohoo! But the Magnemite coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Too bad it's not the Holo, but part of the evolution line. Always nice to pair together with your second and third stage evolutions. Farfetch'd. This one has actually sold. This is gone. It is going out the door. Listed everything on eBay last night. And we're going to get this guy going to a new home. Such, honestly, one of the better base artworks. Absolutely love this Pokemon. Both the Sugi artwork and the background itself. Everything blends together. Super cute. Hanging out with his leak. Looks like he's going to beat the crap out of you, but some nice watercolors on the back. PSA 10. PSA 10 for the Farf. Can't ask for much more than that. Beautiful card. All right, couple more commons, uncommons. Next up, we've got the Ghastly. Huge fan of this one. I think one of the best in base. Just such a sick card. Purple just hits different for me. It's my favorite color as a kid. Love the purple Pokemon cards. Psychic Energy rocks. Gem Mint 10 on the Ghastly. That one is killer. Next up, after Ghastly, is Tangela. So Tangela. Kind of crazy artwork. I actually really like this one too. Arita, of course, coming in with the 10. The Gem Mint 10. How many 9s have we had? 1? 2? Crazy. So, Gem Mint 10 on the Tangela. People at home are not going to believe that this is real. Staryu, number 120 in your Pokedex. Super mid artwork overall. But, you know, Kinabuchi could have done better. Sorry, not sorry. Mint 9 on the Staryu. That's a tough one. But, once again, maybe some up there. But I think it's really some of the water Pokemon. I wonder, actually, we'll look back. We'll see what else got 9s. Was it all water Pokemon? It's like, I wonder if, I mean, this doesn't even make sense, but if they all came off. The Poliwag got a 9. What was the other 9? Is there another 9 we've seen so far? Kakuna. It was Kakuna, but 2 water Pokemon with a 9. Just was wondering if they came off like the same sheet somehow. I don't remember exactly how these sheets came as far as which Pokemon on which, but I think it is some of that rotational centering issue. And last, but certainly not least, a very big card in a 10 if you get so lucky. The Jinx, number 124 in your Pokedex, coming in. You're not going to believe it, folks. The Gem Mint 10. Let's go. Let's go. So 2, 3 9s out of how many commons on commons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 3 9s. 14 10s. Huge. Huge. Still have some more commons and uncommons to go, of course, with your big ones, your starters. And then, of course, we're going to have the holo at the end. So, like any good pack opening or reveal. First, we got the Lightning Energy coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Pick the cleanest ones we could out of everything. We lucked out. We're hoping that's going to pair with your Pika quite nicely in the Gem Mint 10. Looking at Pika. Looks pretty darn good. Maybe a little fat on the bottom, but overall, beautiful. Came in at the 9. Came in at the 9 on the Pika. Unfortunate because the energy did get a 10, but I think there's a speck of something up there that might have gotten it. There's some edge wear up on the top edge with the Pika. It's crazy. And I I think that's what did it in. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's like a white speck up there on the top. Also, if you're ever wondering, this is how you check if your PSA slabs are real. Use a black light. Check out that. That's a tip. We'll not pass that by. So again, black light. You can see the logos light up. Good to know when you're checking your slabs. So this pair, not as optimal, the 9 on the Pika, but probably deservedly. Still, very, very cool little pair. Next up, we've got Grass Energy, PSA 10. PSA 10. Can I say it enough times in this video? I can't believe this is happening. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted. Like, when I saw these grades, I didn't believe it. Honestly, it's just so ridiculous. So, of course, we got the Bulbasaur to go with your Grass Energy. And boom, 10. Pair of 10s. Grass Energy and Bulbasaur. One of my favorite, probably my favorite base artwork. One of my favorite base artworks for sure. Always was my starter when I wasn't playing yellow. Absolutely adore Bulbasaur. An iconic Arita artwork. Ah, it's just so good. 0.7 meters long, 6.9 kilograms of weight. He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. So, really stoked on that pair. That's actually just really cool, honestly, to hit the 10 on that pair. Next up, we're going to have Fire Energy coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Are you kidding me? And of course, you need the Charmander to go with it. Can we get the 10 on the Arita Charmander? He's looking back. Everything's on fire. Beautiful artwork. Absolutely iconic in the Gem Mint 10. I mean, come on, folks. How cool is that? How cool is that pair? I think this is neat. Like, you can display these. Like, display them on the wall next to each other. Your Fire Energy with your Charmander. Sick. So sick. And last but certainly not least, from our starters, we've got the Squirtle with the Water Energy. The Water Energy coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Can we complete the set of 6? We couldn't get the Pikachu, but can we complete the 3 starters with the 3 energies? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, folks. We cooked. We absolutely cooked with PSA. They did us a beautiful solid, and deservedly so. These cards were some of the cleanest vintage cards I've graded in a long, long time. And part of it is I didn't throw the deck around, so that probably helps. But mostly it came down to they came out of the pack centered. Centered with very minimal whitening. So they stayed in place, they didn't bounce around, they didn't get scuffed, and they got printed with perfect centering. And I got really lucky on that. Nothing, obviously, that I could have done myself. So buyer beware. If you get a non-centered one, like our friend Kai did the other night on stream with PK and friends, when I was on with Jake Smith and Dan and them, it can get dark. So now we've got our non-holo rare. This one has also sold. Another far-fetched, another favorite of the finance bros. You know, the Pokemon trader, right? You know, like a stock trader, except it's the widgets are Pokemon, not stocks. Coming in at the Gem Mint 10. Feels pretty good. So really excited to send off this with the Farf to a new owner, as well as another Farfetch'd to a Farfetch'd collector. Love when I can work with folks who collect certain Pokemon and help them out. So this is a tough one, actually. I really like this. Like, I want to keep this one, but this is an experiment. The whole point is for us to see if we can recoup our money. So again, all these slabs are currently on my eBay, which is linked below in the description. They are for sale. You can also hit me up on IG if you have any you are interested in. But Really appreciate y'all watching. We're almost 20 minutes in, and you have left me with one card. This beautiful Magneton Holo. Again, we knew, let's turn that over. There were some back corner issues. Right up there was pretty bad. I think the centering on this one is not the best. I remember there being some front issues as well. Let's flip that over, despite there being a nice half swirl at the bottom. Yeah, bottom left is not good. We basically threw this away. We were like, okay, it's probably going to get an 8, and we're going to be, we're just going to, it's not really going to be part of the equation here. So after getting all those 10s with just like 3 or 4 9s, we get cooked on the holo. We can't even get an 8. We can't even get an 8. So I am going to do a separate video on this, but basically what we're going to do is this is going to be a 100% charity auction on my eBay. It will not factor into the ROI of this experiment. We are just going to put this up on a 7-day. I'll do another video to explain what charity we're going to do and what the time frame is going to be. So if you're seeing this on Monday, it will likely come out. The auction will probably start the following Sunday, or I will start it on Sunday. Yeah, we'll probably do that. I'll do a special video at some point. You'll know. You'll see it. Or we could do a Friday to Friday or Saturday to Saturday. So probably just an extra Sunday video for you folks. Again, beautiful holo. And we'll do a, we'll do a 100% charity auction via eBay, and I will throw in, a goodie or two with it as well for the winner. And we'll do that separate video. So pretty crazy, y'all. All in all, you'll have to stay tuned as we sell through these to see what kind of profit we recoup or profit we gain, or at least recoup our basis on the sale here. But all in all, I can say that based on the amount of 10s we hit here, we are going to be just fine, my friends. We are going to be just fine. So crazy turn of events. I mean, when I did the reveal, I waited, and then I got in Discord with friends, and I did the flip in the eBay app, shared the screen, and honestly, I couldn't believe it. The only downside of this whole thing is that the Pikachu got a 9. And I know that sounds ridiculous with all the great hits we got, but it just, wow, that holo is so sick. It just would have been nice to complete that set of starters plus Pikachu, but Pikachu's a tough one. So all in all, folks, very excited with all these 10s. Again, I'm going to be selling all of these and keeping you posted. I'll do 1 or 2 videos throughout, the coming weeks and months to see how long it takes us to sell all these. We'll get back to the spreadsheet. We will go over what's sold. Again, the Farf and the Pokemon Trader have already sold. I believe I'll get back to you on prices in the first selling video. I can't remember because I sold it with a 3rd card, so I need to parse out exactly what they sold for. But it was like at least 150 each, I think. So we did pretty good. And again, this is going to be going on charity auction very soon, so look out for that separate video right after this one. What I'll probably do is put this out on a Monday. Likely this video will go out on a Monday, or I could put it out on a Sunday, and then I will drive the charity auction on Monday that will have started that Sunday that the base set reveal went out. So I think I'm going to post this on a Sunday, and then that Monday I'll do a separate video the next day just explaining the auction. But so if you're watching this, the auction is probably live on my eBay, and if so, I will link it directly in the description below. So as always, folks, I am Connor from RocPokemon. Collect what you love, but do it intelligently. Don't open vintage like me. We got super lucky. Talk to y'all in the next one.